Hey people, this is Stormland. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Alright, so the last couple beer reviews that I did came straight out of this special gift pack. It was released 2011 Christmas holiday season. We got a blonde here that was at, what was it, at 6% ABV. We got a brune, which is a brown here, which is at 8% ABV. And then over here, where this little gap is, I'm going to be drinking this wonderful triple, okay? Um, it's 10% ABV, and in this corner here, I don't know if you noticed, but it's blank. That is because I got this wicked glass with it, alright? Tell me that looks cool, and to make it look even that much cooler, crystal. This is my first rim-plated glass that I've ever gotten in a gift pack. I don't know if it's... I don't believe that it's gold because, you know, obviously it would cost a lot more, but it's probably like a bronze or some kind of plating. It says Tradition Benedictine on the back, etched into the stem, as you can see, the engravings here. You can't read it very easily up close because of the writing on the back kind of destroying it with the lighting. And this is a chalice glass. It's a goblet. It's meant to be drank by these double, triple, quadruple fermented beers. Now, the blonde was a double fermented, the brune was a double fermented, and then they bring it up a notch, and you got your triple fermented. When you go up when you double, triple, quadruple ferment your beers, that they actually they tend to go up in alcohol content a little bit. So that's why this one is 10%, I believe. It's a 330 milliliter bottle, and on the back here, they give 3 paragraphs in different languages, and the one in English says, "High fermentation Abbey beer, brewed in accordance with the Benedictine tradition of the community of Maredsous or Maredsous Abbey. The beer is re-fermented in the bottle during the 2-month aging period. Maredsous triple should be ideally served at a temperature of 6 to 10 degrees Celsius." And it does contain barley malt, as do most double, triple, quadruple fermented brews. Now they all have numbers by their title. You can't really read it that well, but there's a 10 there. Right by my index there's a 0, and then right by my index here there's a 1, so that's a, believe it or not, there's a 10 there. Right behind the triple. Now, I believe, this is driving me crazy because yesterday I actually couldn't tell the people on the brown review that it was from Belgium because I couldn't find it on here and I didn't want to make stuff up, right? So this is a product of Belgium. One thing I liked about each bottle, they all had different caps that correlated with the color. So for blonde we had yellow, for brown we had brown, and for triple we got blue. So it's really cool because I like to collect beer caps from the reviews that I've done. Enough's enough, people. Let's dig in and see what the heck I'm missing. Last time I popped this off, it ended up right over there. Alright. Smells very sweet and pungent like your traditional triple fermented beer. I'm really liking the color of this. It's got kind of like an IPA looking color to it, except you can clearly tell that it's non-filtered. It's translucent. I can't really see through the glass. It really does look like a, the color you'd get from a double dead guy ale, something of that caliber. It's kind of like a peachy, really sandy, dark, almost light brown looking color. It's really difficult to explain. We got a 1-finger head, small to medium bubbles, and 1 large bubble. I'm not really picking up anything off of the nose right now. Now it kind of smells like lake water. It's not their fault. I don't have one of those noses that most people have. Notice the difference? So throughout the day, my nostrils will change, and I'll be able to breathe out of this one, and then not that one, and then not that one, and then out of this one. I won't even feel the difference. So I can't inhale out of both my nostrils, so I'm missing out on some of the nose in my beer reviews here. So this one I'm definitely not really able to pick up anything from. Let's just dig right in here. Let's just say that it's so dark in here that you can barely make out on the load of carbonation that's floating up from the bottom. Okay, that's interesting. So far this brewery is very consistent with their double fermentation beers and up. One thing that I've noticed with a lot of one thing that I've noticed has been a main issue with some of the highly fermented beers out there is that they turn out to be overly carbonated and a little bit bland. When I'm saying that this is common, I mean the only problem that I usually find with these types of beers is when, excuse me, they do have that problem, and it's very rare that it happens, but when it happens, that's the commonality amongst them. This one is not overly carbonated. It's really, really pleasant on the palate. It goes down very smooth, just the way you like it to, and then the aftertaste, if anything, has some carbonation in it, which surprises you. It's kind of like a carbonation afterbite, and that's the best way I can explain it. Carbonation afterbite. And as goes for the flavor, I mean, the blonde and the brune, they all had their own caliber of flavors amongst them, but this one, you can tell that there's flavor there. I mean, clearly there's some flavor there, but I'm just tasting like lots of dark fruits. It's not too sweet. It's not sour. It really is like a dark fruity undertone kind of beer. You literally just pick up on like a smidgen of the barley taste in there. Really good. If anybody's out there wondering why this company gave this type of glass with these kinds of beers, just explain it really quick to you. The whole point of having a very open based glass is so that when you have highly carbonated beers like these, it gives a lot more room for the air to escape. Not only does that help from keeping your glass from overflowing when you're pouring it, but that, excuse me, that also helps when it comes to the flavors. I mean, when you release all that carbonation, you stir it up the way that you do, when you aerate it like that, and you introduce the oxygen with it, the flavors come out more, and the aromas come out more. In this case, I couldn't tell you if the aromas were bigger than they should be because I couldn't smell anything. You know what? It's a very well-rounded triple. I'm gonna let this sit for a while. I'm very curious to see how this tastes when it comes down a little bit from its cold point. Fermented beers like this are typically meant to be served cold, and then they're supposed to be allowed to sit and warm themselves a little bit, and that's how you bring out maximum potential amount of flavor. So that's it, people. If you taste different, I'll make sure I let you know in the description down below. For a triple, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It seems that Maredsous all range within the 8 out of 10 rating area. That's best I can tell you for now, people. So until then, thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Cheers.